happy to see the action here. There we go. Yeah, game audio might be a tad low, so I'm gonna just bump that up a little bit. So, jxzo on the left, and Mukku on the right. Let's see what Yukio and Basara bring to the table. I haven't seen either of these players practice for this tournament, so it'll be interesting to see what they have. Dandy on the right. Did I send left? Awesome. Dandy's on the right, obviously. And of course, you know, that's just looking at the meters. Characters already switched places. So, we are seeing heavy projectile, oh no, actually heavy long range play. Keep away play. From Basara here, or Dandy. jxzo would like to get in close, but is not nearly able to get close. Now Yukio does have a fairly useful air special move there, where he'll flip his blade. And the thing is, even if it gets blocked, it's kinda safe and it's got huge reach. So Yukio's jumping might be okay, but as you see, Basara has a big projectile which will also work as an anti-air. Okay. jxzo got close. Was able to do the weapon flipping technique. So Angrah is disarmed. Rage explosion from jxzo. And that's gonna be... he's gonna have extra damage. Very interesting note, Super Megashi play. Alright. If you say so. Anyway, so jxzo will be without his meter for the rest of the match. As you see there, no power meter. Yeah. And the players can just spam their weapon flipping technique like this, as long as it connects. So that's not gonna waste your meter if you don't connect with it. It's not the safest attack in the world for many of these characters, but we saw jxzo there having to pick up his weapon from the ground. And a lot of value from these projectiles. Now jxzo finds a punish for the projectile, but the jumping works as a nice mix-up. And Angrah or Mukku takes the first match. Okay, so it's first to 2 or best of 3, so jxzo will have that one continue here. And as it is a character lock tournament, well, he'll be playing as the same character. Come on, press the sub button, yeah. Not Mukku, come on. Do I say Mukku? Dandy. I'm so used to seeing Mukku play there, and Dandy is not a usual member of the community, I just get confused when it says Angrah there at the top. Yeah, but that's just me. So, pro streamer right there. So that's definitely Dandy on the right. Dandy on the right. Let's get back to the action. Right, Dandy's projectiles getting a lot of work. And jxzo working his way in. Now, finally close. Let's see what jxzo can bring. Well, taking a lot of damage from these projectiles. Okay, now all even. One big attack. Universal overhead PC there, connecting. And the jumping, not looking super safe for jxzo. jxzo has tried to jump in a couple times, and Dandy has been pretty fast with the projectiles so far. So very effective in blocking the jump in play there. Another jumping, punished by the weapon flipping technique. You'll notice that it's a third of your life in damage, and you lose your weapon. The moveset of the character who has no weapon is gonna be very limited. There we saw that big air move on a low jump by jxzo. Good play there. Yeah. And that was the state of mood there, or emptiness, but activates it too close and gets killed regardless. So that's 2-0 for Dandy. Good play there. Hope everybody is enjoying the action from the get-go. We should have the second match coming up shortly. Updating the bracket here. That's gonna be Lumiahma, the Snow Wolverine playing as Charlotte, facing NINLIA's Amakusa. NINLIA, the tournament organizer. While we are waiting, now's a good time to hydrate just a little bit. Let's check if the players for match 2 are ready. I see Lumiahma there looking for a challenge, A video couple says match. Do we say go go? Yep. Go ahead. Have a good fight. And of course I'll be picking it up as soon as I see it here on their fight gate as a game to spectate. A thing I've noticed is I won't get the game immediately. It takes just a little time, and usually the players have already chosen, at least moved their cursors to their chosen characters, or at points already chosen their characters by the time I start spectating. But here we go. Here's the game. So, TV-sä tuttu as seen on TV, NINLIA on the left, and Lumiahma the Snow Wolverine on the right. Characters locked in? Nope, let's go. All you need to do is press A. B will do as well. Amakusahan se very annoying voice actor. And Charlotte is of course a poking character. The Zorro character will do letters with a sword. Amakusa I hesitate to attach a gender pronoun to, but you'll be hearing that. Mayonchen, welcome to the chat. What's up today? Today is Samurai Shodown 5 Special Community Tournament. Alright. Lumiahma able to getting close, and NINLIA not getting much value out of those projectiles. Messy Burn is saying Tuskis is gonna win. Well, I haven't seen Tuskis practice, but like he said, maybe he doesn't even need to practice. We'll see how good he is. Tuskis is definitely a regular of the community, but does not participate in every game, so maybe he chose a game he can win in. Only Bernie could have opposed you, Lord Tuskis. Big talk. Big words. Let's see if you have the big play to back it up. Anyway, Lumiahma taking a rather comfortable looking one up here. Au revoir, says the French character. Also, as is par for the course in Japanese games, if you have a blonde lady, they are gonna have that laugh anytime, every time. Mayonchen just cut your boy's hair and cried because it's too short for him. Well, the good thing is, the hair will grow back. I used to be like that when I was younger myself. Yep, your boy's hair. I got it. So, NINLIA being pressured into the corner. And having a hard time coming up with damage in that. Angrah, that's called... that's the Ojo Samala. Right, now I know the official term for it. Yeah, if you have a blonde female in an anime or a Japanese setting, it's gonna have the Ojo Samala. And as I was saying, just as I said, Lumiahma had a comfortable looking win there. Well, NINLIA goes up and picks up the first round of this. The Charlotte is like a Super Mario, jumping and jumping, yeah, but no mushrooms. Children are like that, maybe. All even here. Also, both players with full meters. One big attack will do it. State of Emptiness or move. But Tuskis, this is probably the most jumps anyone has ever done in the whole history of this game. That's a lot of jumping, but so far it's worked. But yeah, starting off against Lumiahma with an anti-air might be the right play. Just looking at this so far. And another jumping, and a third. Now connecting with the jumping. Or the attack after. Yeah. So I wonder if Lumiahma's controller's position is stuck. Jokes aside, the character is actually a pretty good jumper. Looks to be like it. The jump isn't super floaty. A lot of these characters in Samurai Shodown 5 Special have very floaty jumps. And Lumiahma's Charlotte isn't the worst offender of the bunch. Yep, I got it. Charlotte is the character event, I got it. Anyway, NINLIA takes the 1-1. Finds a way to keep fighting with all these jumpings, so it's all even. Let's see who gets to continue in the winner's bracket. An anti-air button would surely be useful here. That skull attack, Amakusa skull, can be cast with a single hit or up to 7 hits. So there's at least 2 or maybe 3 versions of the attack. Okay, now NINLIA coming in with a little bit more pressure, a little more active on the kicks, but the urban flipping technique connects. That's of course not a layer run combo for 12 hits. But Amakusa is now without his crystal ball and is pretty much defenseless. No projectile attacks left, and is taken down by Charlotte. And Lumiahma's Charlotte, I should point out. Here we see the projectile play. This game is for people who like to block, Messi Bernie. Yeah, definitely is like it. And you have to learn to counter your opponent's stuff. Weapon flipping technique connecting there, and now Lumiahma has to pick up that sword. Gets to pick up the sword. That's a fast sword pickup animation. Didn't block all the way through and ate the last hit of that, unfortunate. And now it's just a game of keep away for NINLIA. And Amakusa does have tools for that keep away play. Lumiahma able to connect up anti-air. But jumping in, and NINLIA takes it to 1-1, that's gonna be the last fight. FDR Nation is changing arcade sticks allowed mid-tournament. We do not have any rules for the controllers, whether it's keyboards or whether it's... At least I'm not aware of any rules, whether it comes to like hitboxes or keyboards. So it's not explicitly against the rules, and if you want to have clarity, it's gonna be you have to ask NINLIA. That's gonna be Video Crapple here in the chat, or that's gonna be jxzo. I'm calling him NINLIA. Oh, that's the person on the left. So he's a TO, you can ask him. But I would say probably not. Of course, if you do some crazy stuff with it, probably it will be banned for the next game. And NINLIA takes the 2-1 victory here. A very, very close victory. But that's a good match regardless. So Amakusa getting a W there. Let's see if NINLIA is able to pull off an upset here. Would be quite an upset with Amakusa, I suppose. Good mashing from NINLIA to avoid the SOM. Probably. Probably. I mean, NINLIA has been practicing his mashing skills, I think. Anyway, with that match done, let's reset the brackets here. Also, I think I might share the bracket with you here in the chat, so if you want to follow along on your browser, there's the bracket for you. But that's going to be match number 2 done, and we're going to be moving to the third match. That's going to be Universal-Quantifier playing as Angrah, facing Mukku's Yukio. Not Dandy, Mukku now. Now I get to say Mukku, so all should be good in the world for the next match. Let's see if the players are ready. Mukku is ready to be able to be challenged, and so is Universal-Quantifier. So I should expect the match to go at any moment. Let's hold on tight for less than a minute. And a good thing about these games is, and as we saw in the last season, everybody was on time, and the tournament organizer didn't have to hunt for players too much. Maybe in the beginning just a little bit, but aside from that, I mean, people have been pretty good at signing in and starting their games. And here we see a Mukku Universal-Quantifier match starting up. So right on schedule. Let's pick up the action here from the character select. We're gonna have 2 Yukios in this tournament. Other than that, we don't have any mirrors. Or duplicate characters. Duplicates, of course, obviously allowed. You get to pick the character you wish. No character is disallowed in this tournament. Now, I practiced against Universal-Quantifier, and Universal-Quantifier's Sankoro. Huge punishes. But will be able to come out on the offense, if need be. But this, of course, will give Lord Tuskis an opportunity to check out Universal-Quantifier's gameplay style for the possible future match. We'll see how it goes. Messi Bernie, you think the person who chose Yukio is wise? Well, then we have 2 smart guys. We have jxzo, and then we have this Mukku here on the left. Hopping over the projectile, good play there. Nice hop over the projectile. It's a very low projectile, and it partially gets blocked by, gets obscured by those meters. Also, a very nice low jumping air special there by Mukku to take a W. A very fast to come out move, well executed there. So that wasn't just a regular button press there. Yeah, I think Mukku was going for a cross up there. Or a run past, wasn't able to and got punished for it. Universal-Quantifier finding his speed just a little bit here for the second round. Also nice continuation of that block with that fireball. That jump you saw Janguro perform is his overhead. I think that's the universal overhead. Weapon flipping technique connecting. But the weapon drops on the left side. And Janguro has that green punch there when unarmed. So that's a thing to look out for when facing Janguro. And if you get to disarm him, that's gonna happen. Yeah, you're gonna eat a punch to the face. Of course, I've seen Universal-Quantifier do that before. Probably Janguro's best move while unarmed. Also, there's some combo potential there, like we saw that 4-hit combo with that follow-up kick on the ground. So you can combo, you can hit confirm into that green punch to the face. As we see here. And a kick. That's gonna be maybe a quarter of your meter. Also, maybe a fifth of your meter of health. Nice throw play there by Mukku. Jumping into overhead by Universal-Quantifier. Mukku will need to find a safe-ish option to attack. Goes for the state of nothingness. That time slow there, helping him even out the health. And takes the round. Well played. Was behind on the health. And was able to take the 1-up. So, Universal-Quantifier now in trouble. Let's see what answers he brings to the table. Yep, going back, and just that green hit connecting there. Fifth of your life gone in an instant. And it will reach across half the screen. So that's 2 attacks connecting and half done. And that's gonna be the pace of this game. Attacks are not going to be connecting left and right, but when they do connect, and if you do perform the correct attacks, it's going to be a lot of damage. Going for perfect here. Universal-Quantifier not able to get the perfect, but definitely on a life advantage here. Massive advantage as Mukku makes his way in. Wasn't able to keep Janguro in the corner. Good mix up there. And that's attack there in the air. Rising slash connecting, but is able to be punished on the drop down. 1-up. Universal-Quantifier. I'm loving the background art in this game as well. Very thematic. Of course, some of the maps are very fantastical or very violent in some senses, but they are par for the course for, well, samurai stuff in general. There we see, I think it's a Zen Buddhist monk playing his, and I think it's a shakuhachi flute, if I'm not mistaken, on the left side of that background here. 1-1, Universal-Quantifier takes a W there. A changed Janguro, I should say, completely catching Mukku off guard. So let's see what the last fight brings. Here we go. Fair and square. Last match. Battleground map. Yukio's dashing attack will have to hit from the back. When he does that dashing attack with that sword flip to the sky, you'll have to be across your opponent. It'll of course run clean through your opponent and then you can do the attack. But if you do it on the front of your opponent, you're not gonna get any damage in. You're just gonna get punished. Good low jumping play there by Mukku. Doing the air special on the rising up portion of the jump. As you see, Yukio's jump is very floaty. But doing that special in air will usually connect, as it's got a very large reach. Time's gonna be out, and Mukku has to go for damage, but isn't able to find it. Janguro with a life lead can just block a lot of stuff. Of course, a very high health character, or I should say takes regular amounts of damage. Some of these characters take up to 130% damage, and I think Angrah is taking the regular 100%. Yu-Gi-Oh, at least, for example, is taking extra damage from every hit. So a low life character, if you will. Of course, the life meter is going to be as long as the opponent's life meter. It just means that the attacks hit that much harder, as we see the Angrah's attacks doing damage. 100% versus 120. Yeah, I was thinking about to call it. I was thinking it's 130, but it's 120. Okay. Finally, Mukku finding his way in and doing some counter pressure there. It's gonna be a hard fight. 15 seconds left and a huge life lead for Universal-Quantifier. This might be it. Going for that special there, well, it's gonna waste a lot of time. Rage Explosion coming in, but that's not enough. It didn't do much at all, and that's gonna be 2-1 Universal-Quantifier as Mukku drops to the losers bracket. That's all they wrote for this match. That means it's time for my match versus Lord Tuskis, so let me make myself available here to be challenged. Now let's see how I do. Regardless, good luck, have fun. Challenge accepted. Here we go. Of course, when I'm playing, I'll be talking just a little bit less. So, focus mode. As much good as that does. And I think we need a reset. Try not to hit the F3 key. So, with that reset, let's start again. No harm, no foul. Challenge accepted, part 2. Wrong choice there. No, shotgun for the other option then. No dash, I want one. Yep, got too low. Had to be a little aggressive there. Tuskis is taking it very... let's put it carefully. Not being very offensive. Poking mostly. Yeah, that's gonna get punished any day. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, and I got up to block. What a bad idea. I think I'll need to do a lot of downwards blocking with this guy. Yeah, I was too careful. He didn't have too many answers for jump-ins. Let's see how it goes this time. Nope, not fast enough on that. No, unsafe. Unsafe at any distance. Got one. So, not going out without a fight. Okay. That's better. Didn't cross up. Should have selected the cross up. Connected. Yeah, I shouldn't do ever. Got the jumping. A little bit too brave there. Kinda wanted to go for it, but that hasn't worked a single time against Tuskis. Good enough defense not to get hit by that. Anyway, I did get a round up of him, so no harm, no foul there. Felt pretty good fighting. GG Lord Tuskis, good fight. Felt more confident, at least Tuskis' play looked more confident in the second match. Kind of tentative in the first. But then again, good fight. So, with that done, that's all the first 4 matches done. Now we're gonna see the Kyoshiro played by Farword coming in with a bye, and that's gonna be Basara again, Dandy's Basara facing him. So let's see. We should have Dandy and Farword ready to play. Farword is online, Dandy's online, so match should be coming up in just a moment. For me, doing that Rekka type move there, when the opponent is not open, definitely not safe. It should be hit confirmed. You can do it on a standing 5B, just a neutral B, and then if that connects, you can do the Rekka type move and do it 3 times, and then depending on the positioning of the characters, you can do a follow-up kick on the ground, and that's gonna be big damage. But that's gonna be for my next match, and that's gonna be for my next match there against jxzo Yukio. Alright, Basara we've seen, Kyoshiro we haven't seen yet. Kyoshiro is a interesting character. I would say a good set of moves, also some very far-reaching moves against the projectile keep-away play of Dandy. Going to be a good fight, I suppose. And nobody ever blocks the frog, so Kyoshiro has that advantage. Yep. There we see the tsunami coming in. That's the famous Japanese woodcut painting of the tsunami there, running on the ground. A nice projectile. A little bit punishable if you get over it, and if you get to jump in. But from a longer distance, yeah, definitely valuable. And that weapon flipping technique there. No Yoshitaro, yep. There, the weapon flipping technique will just roll over that projectile. I mean, the game has such a huge roster. Not everybody's favorite character is gonna be played, that's for sure. Oh, down to 1 pixel of health. And the cheap damage takes it. That came down to the wire, for sure. Wow. But that's what I like to see, especially in these tournaments, are close, even matches. Kyoshiro's anti-air there, the DP motion, not very good, I feel. I mean, it'll just fly towards your opponent into Punishment City. So I don't think Farword will be spamming that Dragon Punch much. And he doesn't, I mean, it looks like he doesn't need to. And again, the Tsunami countered by the weapon flipping technique. And now Angrah has an opportunity here. Farword picks up his weapon and does a poke. And that's it, 1-1. Good fight, let's continue. The music in this stage, well, while thematic is not my favorite music of all these stages. If you see the Corpse Pile stage, I think that would be my favorite music, not perhaps my favorite stage, but still, good music there. Super thematic. Background art, sprite art, audiovisual style. I do definitely enjoy this game's presentation. And it's comic book enough, fantastical enough for a fighting game. It's not super serious business. Farword, getting some value out of that pole arm. 1-up. Not every stage's music can be as good as the cathedral stage from Rage of the Dragons, and that's, Lord Tuskis, is a fact. Okay, the best soundtrack in the game. I'm gonna shut up for a second. Yeah, that's a 5 out of 5 music. You think Basara is pretty dope? I think it's pretty annoying to be on the receiving end of that shuriken. Should probably feel pretty annoying. Definitely a character to get annoyed by. But that weapon clean technique is very good. High value move there. And another connection there. But Farword got on the weapons side, so... Well played there. Yoga Flame almost connecting. No punish. Could have gone for a hit there. The Tsunami connects. But I think Danny was surprised with that and got caught out by the normal hit there. Okay, one up match point coming up for Farword. Yeah, that corner play is scary against Shodown. Yeah, nobody ever blocks the frog, but also it didn't connect, while the sword flipping technique connected. If you're wondering how to do that, yeah, it's just out there on the screen, right there. Down, down, forward, forward, C, D. Nobody ever blocks the frog. Farword needs to punish. Yep. And I'm sure if you are a pro player of Samurai Shodown 5 Special, it's gonna look... Well, it looks like it is, you know. Yeah, I know, you don't mean anything by it. But that's right. We are not all masters of the game. 2-0 Farword. So, that's match 5 done. And that means that I'll be fighting against jxzo's Yukio here in the losers bracket next. jxzo is not available to be challenged, so let's hope he challenges me then instead. Yep. Challenge coming in. Challenge accepted. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get a W here. How about that? Good luck. Have fun. Yukio, of course, suffering from consumption. GLHF in the chat, and let's go. Good stop. It wasn't over yet. Fast. Should have blocked that. I'm gonna put the counter. I pressed the button there. I almost had it, and I should have had it. I'm feeling confident for the next round, so let's go. God, I'm not connecting the what I did. I'm all top weapons. Let's go round 3. Both connecting. I came out on top. Fake apple. How many attacks is that? Too bad. And the card not fast enough. Yeah, Yukio's attacks are pretty fast. Not a happy loss here. I can take him. I feel I can take him. I should be taking him. I mean, just block that stuff and then do a little counter. Rage explosion. Yeah, there we go. Rekka comboing. He got very aggressive on that move. Oops. Work my way into the corner. But that jump is not safe. Maybe at an extreme distance, maybe. But the AB punish that I have reaches very far into the screen. Favorite stage? Too far. Don't wake up there. Yeah, that works. Nog door. Connecting in midair. Oh, I wanted to jump away, not safe. In trouble. Had to go for the weapon, it hurt a little. He got the jump in, unfortunate. Oh, I was caught out by that. Yeah, I wanted to force in some damage, went in for the kill, wasn't able to get it. Okay, that beats that. Good rage. No, I wanted to go with over. Well, I got it. I mean, he would have thrown me there for like a week. GG. So not as confident a win as I would have preferred, but hey, a W is a W. At least I got a win in this tournament. It's the game I requested. Hey. So with that losers match out of the way, we are ready for match number 7. That's gonna be Lumiahma's Charlotte and Dandy's Basara. Lumiahma is there, and I got a challenge, but I'll need to decline that, and then I'm gonna go on into away mode. I got a random challenge there. Happy to see the Samurai Shodown 5 special community come together and actually asks for games. Sorry, stream. So I'm just gonna send out my excuses there into the Fightgate chat, not to seem mean to the other player. There's a D-rank player who would have wanted to play with me, so would have probably been a good match. But this is of course a very popular game, so if you want to play this game by yourself, Fightgate 2 is free, and the ROMs are readily available online. Not condoning piracy here, of course, but hey, the ROMs are readily available online, and then the Fightgate 2 piece of software is free. So if you want to play with other players, the netcode is fantastic. I mean, latency, unless you've got like triple-digit pings, not an issue at all. At least in my opinion. Of course, it's not the same as playing, on a real arcade machine in an arcade or at somebody's home on a Neo Geo system, but that's not going to be an option for many of us, even in here in February 21. So playing online is the next best thing, and Fightgate 2 is awesome for that. Okay, interesting matchup coming in here. A keep away projectile play versus the poking, jumping style of Lumiahma. And I mean, Dandy here should probably just be doing a lot of those anti-air projectiles like that. But now Lumiahma is not jumping as much. Well, that jump gets punished. So we'll just have to see how many jumps get punished. Ah, that jump connects. Why did Dandy opt for the low projectile? He has a high projectile available. Should have gone for the high one. But that's neither here nor there. Good enough damage. And Dandy takes the first round. Second round. Poking, poking, poking. A lot of poking connecting. So no combos. Weapon flip. Very valuable for Lumiahma. No, for Dandy, connecting there. And gets on the side of third one. Lumiahma gets a weapon pickup, but it's a slow animation for most characters and can be punished if you're in close range. But you do need to have that weapon. It's hard to fight without it. Okay, and then we see the long reaching projectile. And of course the what comes around comes around. What goes around comes around type of projectile play. Finally, Dandy gets in. No, Lumiahma gets in, but it's super low. Dandy is keeping away and just fighting from the corner and keeping away, and that's good enough. Interesting round, 1-up, Dandy. And that's probably the spirit of Basara's dead lava, or something tragic like that. Well, I bet most of these characters, as is popular in this type of game, they probably have super sad life stories. So if you go and look up the histories of these characters, I'm very sure that they're gonna have super soapy backstories. But let's not let that stop us, and let's enjoy the match here at hand. Okay. Charlotte picking up steam. Definitely picking up some steam. Coffee eating, welcome to chat. Jido just wanted to eat. Yeah. I mean, I haven't checked it on a wiki, but it's probably super sad. Lord Tuskis, fun law fact, the only actual samurai in this game is Jubei. Probably yes. Most of these characters are either foreigners, fantasy characters, or some type of ronin. So, actual samurai, probably not many. That would be, of course, the upper warrior cast. Okay, well, this is boring. Sorry. Finally a connection. Both players fighting from across the screen, throwing stuff at each other. Very tentative looking gameplay. Feeling safe with that projectile and not feeling safe with that jump, and players have options doing projectiles across the screen. That's crazy. Big connection there. And another weapon flipping technique. Man, is Dandy ever getting value out of that weapon flip? And now it's just, you know, here's your sword, come and get it. But a kick would do it. Oh, a mid-air punch will do it. There we go. 1 up. No, 1-1. And as is Lumiahma style, the win came from a jump. I mean, just stand the ground and do anti projectiles and you'll be golden, I suppose. No jump, no anti-air projectile. There we go. Lumiahma timed his jump to come in after the anti-air projectile, so maybe that's not the best option Basara has. Lumiahma must learn to read the shuriken. But there's a couple of options, couple of mix-ups that Basara can do. Last hit connecting the, that was a 4 hit, I think, attack. Almost full meat there. Push a lot. And Basara's meter is not full yet, so we're not gonna see the weapon flips immediately. But they are coming. Meter's full. Look for the weapon flip. No time for it. Jump in connecting. Super Mario style working. Going for a match point here. And this is normal for every older piece of Japanese art. For a certain period you have to have Mount Fuji in the background of your art piece. So does this stage 2 have the Mount Fuji there in the background? Just couldn't go without it. At least it's not on every stage background. Well, the jumps are working, so why not, right? Keep away projectile play. Yeah, and if Charlotte does not jump in while she's very close, it'll cross up on that attack, so looking for those cross-up jumps as well. A little early, I feel. 7 seconds on the clock. We'll need to find some damage. Doesn't. So, Basara takes it to 1-1. Very close. Last fight. Heavy pokes connecting. That's a little bit more of a normal Charlotte style, I suppose, with those ground pokes. Coming down to the wire. But they have plenty of time. We haven't seen the weapon flipping technique by Charlotte yet, but it's not mandatory. And it might not be as good as Basara's, so makes sense maybe. Now in, on short range. Jump in connecting, big attack there. But cannot afford to take a hit here, not anymore. Okay, weapon flips. And it works against the jumping. That's not gonna kill though. It is. I was looking at the wrong life meter. So the final jump in gets punished by the weapon flip. And Dandy takes a W. I think now's a good time to point out that if you do enjoy these sorts of games, feel free to leave a follow here on Twitch. It helps our community make these older fighting games more well known throughout the internet wonderland. So if you don't mind, please leave a follow, and if you just like to watch the games and not do that, that's fine as well. You're welcome to just chill and spectate. No pressure there. So that was match number 7. And now for match number 8. It's gonna be me versus Mukku. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. What am I talking about? Yeah, that was ages ago. I have the brackets on... Where am I? Am I confused? Yeah, because I played one Yu-Gi-Oh! Now I play the other Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, definitely I'm playing against the other Yu-Gi-Oh! So, let's make myself available, and I think Mukku is gonna be a fun opponent. Challenge incoming and challenge accepted. Let's go. we are gonna see much better air moves from Mukku's Yuki. He's gonna be a little bit more scary here, but also if I block well, I can still do the regular punish. I think. Huh? Yeah, that's safe. Punished. Next. Could have gone for better attack there. Kinda got lost in the moment. Attack on the dashing. Felt maybe Mukku had an opportunity there. That hurts. I wanted to go for the Rekka there, and it might have worked, but the time slow is just so much. Unfortunate. Good use of the mid there by Mukku. Fun fight. No waifu warriors either. Yeah, it's pretty botch. Yeah, frame bounce. That's right. That's a mistake. Honest mistake there. Didn't get to... yeah. Nice follow-up there. That cancelled. Oh, I have to block that high. Nice play there. Too slow. Yep, and a little bit across it. No, oh, no, not like that. Not like that. Good mix up. Connecting on my dash is a picket. Too slow. Yeah, a little hopeful there. But that's all I wrote for this tournament. Good play by Mukku there. On another day, definitely feel like I have an opportunity against him. So with a little more practice, just maybe this much, but still, a fun match. Fun match. And definitely a different feel to the two Yukios. So I don't feel sad about taking an L there. That was a good fight. And a fair fight, no less. So all we can ask of the community, I suppose, and the best we can hope for at the same token. Fine. Let's enjoy the rest of the matches as a spectator purely. That's fine. That's match number 8 done, and for match number 9 we are jumping back to the winner's bracket, and that's gonna be Universal-Quantifier's Tsankuro facing Tuskis' Sogetsu. So that's going to be hopefully more high caliber action there for all of you Samurai Shodown 5 fans. It at least appears as if Lord Tuskis is knowledgeable about the game. And definitely is. Shouldn't be too hard on him. A regular member of our community, of course. Okay, a little bit of a hydration pause here while we are waiting for the match to load. Let's see if both players are ready for the match. I see Tuskis is there in the not available mode, but that's fine as the game is starting. So let's pick up the action here. Yep. Tuskis and Sogetsu on the left versus Universal-Quantifier's Tsankuro on the right. Panel 1. Angrah. Nice two-hitter connecting. No blue orbs yet by Sogetsu. Now there's an opportunity to do it. Puts it up front. You don't want to touch that. Sub-Zero tile projectile. And of course... yeah, Mukku GG's. Yeah. It was a tight match. It was a fun fight, I feel. So like I was about to say, Sogetsu's projectile is very useful and can be used to control space, but you have to keep holding the button for it to fly along. So in cases like this, where you want to put out the projectile, you want to get it to the middle of the screen, you have to keep holding there and hoping your opponent doesn't punish you. So you have to wait for your opponent openings as to when to deploy that projectile. And it's not safe in many occasions. Big hit connection there. That low attack by Sogetsu is a nightmare. You have to block it low and it comes out so fast and it reaches so far. Blob connecting. I'm gonna just call it the blob from now on. Nice hops there. But no follow-up to the hops. I mean, good dodging. And a blob. Jumped over the green projectile and does the ground attack. That's not a great blob. It is a great blob. Nice use of the blob. What did I say? Did I call it a bad use? It was a great use of the blob. Okay, 1-1. Hope these players have now read each other out and feel comfortable in the match. Let's see how it goes. 1-1. More hoping. None of those floaty jumps. Obviously because Tsankuro does have some very solid anti-air options. And a nice block of that overhead attack. And a safe orb there. That's a nice trick. You have to block the orb high and then there's a low kick coming your way. And that's one of the ways Sogetsu can force in damage with that orb, or with that glob of blueness. And the glob of blueness is probably the official name of it. Sure, buddy. And Tuskis takes the 1-up. But on a 2-1 round count, so not an obvious win. I do know for a fact Universal-Quantifier has been practicing his Tsankuro on many an evening. Probably wouldn't have been able to take him. That's the Universal overhead. And the green punch. Dashing out. Nice mix-up play there by Universal-Quantifier. transitioning into quite a few projectiles, but that idea gets smacked out of him. The throw is working wonders, and the universal overhead close range is also working wonders. So, good mix up then to damage. Baiting out an anti-air with that jxzo spacing play, but it's not enough damage. And Angrah takes the W. Okay. Not a match point by any means. Ooh, 2 more hits I think left on that. Universal-Quantifier was blocking but dropped out of the block. Yeah, okay, now it's difficult to get that sword. And all the time, all of the clock that passes is just gonna be to Tuskis' benefit. This is gonna be a proper game of, you can't get this, you can't have this. Proper Borat style fight. Okay, Green Punch connecting, that's gonna be a sword pickup. And an unpunished sword pickup. So, Universal-Quantifier back in the match, now at full strength. A little bit behind Tuskis, but not much. One big hit by either player is gonna clinch it here. Both players are within fatal range, easily. A little hopeful on the Green Punch by Universal-Quantifier. Didn't connect. That throw not enough to kill. Now with a life advantage. And the Universal Overhead connects. And that's gonna be 1-1. Let's see how it goes. As you die, feel deaths. What? Cold Claw? Deathly Claw? Something like that? Yeah. Not the friendliest character. Did somebody just insert a credit? They might have. Green Punch combo into 4 hits with that follow-up on the ground. And now going for massive damage here. Nice connection on the big hitbox. It didn't look like that the attack was about to connect, but Angrah pressed the wrong button at the wrong time. Or Universal-Quantifier pressed the wrong button at the wrong time, I should say. That's the first of that dashing kick, I think. And a glob there. Yeah, you can hit the opponent, but you're gonna get caught out by that glob. Tuskis wants to keep Universal-Quantifier in the corner, but not able to. Time's running out, and now desperate for damage, doing a rage explosion. That's gonna halt the timer, so solid play there. As long as there's meter left, you won't get beaten by the clock. So I feel that's a good use of the rage explosion there. I mean, the situation, it was a loss without a rage explosion, so it gave Tuskis a fighting chance. And Tuskis will need every fighting chance he has, as he is now down to half health on a match point by his opponent. Glob on the wrong side, unfortunate. Punished for quite a bit of damage. That green flash is a grab attack by Angrah. Command grab, I suppose. No. It's a parry actually, is it? Looks like a command grab. I mean, the Genjuro outplay has a very similar animation, it's a command grab. Just a little but okay, I'll trust you. If it's a parry, it's a very fast parry. Anyway, with that said, Universal-Quantifier takes the 2-1 of Tuskis. So Tuskis will be moving down to the loser's bracket. Let's see the brackets, by the way, while I mention them. Yeah, so that's match number 9 done. So Tuskis will be facing Dandy's Batterer than the loser's bracket, and Farword and NINLIA will be playing next. So let's see, NINLIA has had a long break in the games. He was fighting in match 2 and is now coming back for match 10. So let's see how warmed up he is for this next match. Should be ready for the game just momentarily. Messi, you guys seem to have a lot of fun. It's a fun game, and I definitely enjoy this. I know that NINLIA doesn't enjoy this as much as some of the other members of the community, but for me, one of the more enjoyable games. Imagine being at work. Yeah. For Messi Bernie, coming in from another time zone, it's a challenge for him as he would probably like to be playing with us but has to work. Work before pleasure, as it is, however. So, very understandable. Remember, nobody ever blocks the frog. Now getting into close range, getting in on Amakusa might be somewhat difficult for players here, but Kyoshiro definitely has the moveset to do just, do that on medium range. Doesn't have to get in all the way. He's definitely not a close range character. So this should be an okay matchup from what we've seen so far for Farword, but that's not saying much. Like I said in the very intro, in the very beginning, whatever it is on paper, it's gonna be a completely different thing when it comes down to, actually executing and doing it in-game. A nice usage of that spin attack. A safe usage of that spin attack. Did a whiff. And Amakusa is the tsunami. Yeah. Fun character this. Very expressive. But that's of course theatrics for you. A lot of tsunamis. A nice poke followed up by that. What I would expect to be is the universal overhead there. And some skull plays followed up by the yo-yo and another yo-yo connection. 1-1. As seen on TV in NINLIA. Bringing it to a tie so far. 7 hit. Fireball that one. And the air orb. The downwards rushing fireball orb attack, whatever it's called by Amakusa, can be held midair. You can keep holding it for an extraordinary amount of time, and then once your opponent does something, then you crush down on it. So there's some mix-up potentials. Ah, somebody blocked the frog. What an unfortunate thing. Must have been down to sheer luck. Yeah, there we go. Nobody ever blocks the frog, like I said. That's a first of the frog, not, That's a first of the frog being blocked here. Okay, 1-up NINLIA. Maybe because of that frog block. Battle 2. Oh god. And a very floaty jump on Kyoshiro. Amakusa's is maybe even worse. It's super floaty. Messi Bernie, thanks. Yeah, it's a new haircut. Also did my beard. Just for you guys. A little bit of mid-match hydration there. We are down to big hit range here. Or at least a single combo range. Those pokes are not gonna do it, but heavy slashes are gonna do it. It's super close. Oh, ooh, coming down on that spin attack, and it connects. Now it's just gonna be tsunamiing till the end of time. Yeah. And then punishing that dash in. Pretty good play there. I mean, NINLIA would have been chipped out by that projectile in any case. So he had to find an answer, decided to dash in and got hurt for it. Didn't have the health to get in like that. Where is our boy? Tournament Grappler. Yeah. It's not his favorite game, so probably doesn't feel really up to it. But now getting some value out of those yo-yos. Where is the champion? I mean, I'm pretty sure that by now NINLIA is regretting his choice of character, as Farword brings it. to 1-1. He was afraid of being too easy. Yeah. So let's see. At least it's down to the last match here. As it should be, in the third round of the winner's bracket. Amakusa is actually pretty good, you say, but NINLIA is doing the good moves. It might be, and I get a feeling that many of the characters in this game are pretty viable. Pretty viable when it comes down to it. And if you learn the whatever is good for the character, you can do some pretty good stuff against, you know, not super high quality opponents, should I put it? So I wouldn't say that these characters are just bad because the characters are bad. It's more down to the fact that the players aren't exactly super familiar with the characters, and perhaps Amakusa is one of those characters that's viable as you get better with it. Bernie, you think you're gonna stream Windjammer? Have fun, it's a great game. One of my favorites as well. We can do a collab someday. Come on, NINLIA. Do that little bit of damage. Connect that big yo-yo. Tuskis would probably want to fight his way out of the loser's bracket and then face NINLIA in the grand finals. You hate the Kyojuro command crap? Yeah. The frog one. Nobody ever blocks the frog. Time over. 1-1. Down to the last round. Yeah, that's the beach slap move, sorry for the phrase there, but that's what it's called. That's of course Amakusa's very short range command grab move. Not useful there on the extreme far distance. Big jump in there by Farword, and he's able to get some value out of it. As NINLIA fights his way out of the corner, gets punished by that poke. Let's see if Amakusa can force any damage in the corner. Kyojuro will have a hard time fighting out of it. NINLIA is giving a little bit too much space perhaps here. And Kyojuro comes with the jump in, and another big jump in. No viable anti-air from NINLIA's Amakusa. Meditation broken there. Chief damage range! And the poke gets in! And Farword gets the poke. Man, 2, 3, 6 and CD. Yeah, that's the input. Farword gets the W. With the magic pixel of health. Magic pixel of health left there. Alright, let me stretch just a little bit here before we get down to the next matches. You can probably hear my bones cracking all the way on the stream. Yeah, and the kids do say hype these days. It's hype. Alright, are we ready for the next match? Ready for the hype? I need to scream like Tarzan. Hype is Lobsmag's middle name. For sure, for sure. I'm probably the most readily screaming streamer out there. So, you know, whenever I'm not screaming, I'm yelling. There's that. What do we have coming up next? That's the losers. That's the winners bracket semifinals decided. We're gonna have Farword and Universal-Quantifier in the semis, and then we are gonna drop down to the losers bracket where it's gonna be Tuskis on Sogetsu facing Dandy's Bazara. So Lord Tuskis, you are up. Smug. Yeah, that's a good one. Come on, press the button. You know the one. It says challenge on it. Yeah, Sega Blast City. Yeah, it's an awesome piece of hardware. So many good games can fit into that cabinet. They are. I know a place where you can buy one if you want one. It's gonna be in the €500 range. There's an arcade in Finland selling them. You'll just have to arrange for transport. But if you really want one, I'll find you one. I know where to buy one. And if you ask nicely, I can ask to buy you the one that's in the picture even. The very same machine. But hey, transportation is going to be a hassle. With that said, with all the Sega Blast City love out of the way, let's get ready for the match. So, Basara and jxzo, Dandy versus Tuskis. Blue Globs coming in. We are seeing a different Tuskis here against Basara. Very eager to get in on close range. That's a good button. That downward jab midair. Globe connecting, followed up by that slash. Our Lord Tuskis. Yeah. He seems to be very confident. And that low attack there. That's so much damage. It would have killed with Angrah maybe having 50% less health. It's just so much. It's so punitive. It hurts so very much. You have to be on the lookout for it. You can't let it connect. Otherwise, jxzo will just take you down. Like that. And that's just painful. Almost a perfect there. By Lord Tuskis. Well done there. Very confident. It was a nice punish. Mercy Bernie, you are right. It was a nice punish. Okay. So, a bit of a storm warning by Tuskis here. And Dandy is definitely in trouble. In close range, jxzo is as dangerous as in mid range, where that low attack is able to connect. And so far, Dandy hasn't been able to block it consistently. And to play against jxzo, you pretty much have to learn to block that low attack. There, you see the damage. And spamming the weapon flipping technique, not gonna be a good option. If it gets blocked, jxzo has a simple punish button there, which does massive damage. So it's just a few hits, and Basara is low and out. That was probably the first truly easy match out of this tournament. Maybe. GG's to the post players. I think Tuskis got kinda frustrated with taking that loss in the winners bracket and showed us what it's like to play. I think that's what it's all about. Good match there. Okay, that drops Dandy out of the running, and now we are going to see match number 12. That's gonna be NINLIA. NINLIA versus Mukku, and the winner of this is gonna face Tuskis in the loser semi-finals. So we'll see how that goes. No, actually, it's gonna be in losers quarterfinals. Yeah, losers semi-finals are gonna be the against the winners bracket loser. So there's that. But anyway, we've got a few more matches coming your way. So we are expecting a total of 16 matches, and we are getting ready for match number 12. And as Bernie Sanders would put it, once again, I'm asking for your follows. So there's that. Pressure though. It's all voluntary. Let's pick up the next match while I'm done begging. So, what do we expect to see here? Yu-Gi-Oh does have some good airplay. Well, does have a good air move, and that might be very valuable against Amakusa, and at least NINLIA's Amakusa, who likes to jump quite a bit. So there's that. And getting in close, perhaps not as much a problem. And as soon as I say that, Mukku eats a yo-yo to the face and gets pushed away. Shouldn't call out things, it seems. Anyway. So I'm expecting Mukku to have a little bit of an easier time getting in on Amakusa compared to some other characters out there. I could block there, but no punish. And a throw connection. Yeah, and that's one of the moves that Mukku has been practicing. Jumping up and on the upward, hit that special. And wanted to go for that punish. Did it earlier than last time, but overcompensated. I don't think that was splash damage. I think Mukku touched the button there. Last time he was just a little bit slow to punish, and now takes the last hit in. That air attack is punishable, but you have to know the timing for it. Both players jumping a lot here. Double teleport. And there we go. That's the punish, but I don't think it was connecting with the block. Mukku's signature move there. And another, but now high up in there. Works and connects. 1-1. No cross up there. Just a little too early there, or a little too far away. Yu-Gi-Oh was. Now, the punish connects. Finally. Does it early enough. Doesn't get hit by the last hit. Now Mukku has the punishment timing down for that attack. Yep. Signature move connecting. Splat. And that's just a little more goal for us. So, Mukku takes the 1-up. Let's see if we see a 2 here. It's very possible looking at that last match. How do you pronounce that? Looking at that last match. Match. Whatever. Let's get back into action. And a block. And a nice 3-hit combo as a punishment there. High value. Okay. NINLIA getting just a little bit frustrated and doing some funny spam attacks. Not a good habit of his, getting a little frustrated like that. NINLIA thinks he's playing talkie. Yeah. But hey, gets a throw there in the corner. And gets the W. Still in the running, still in contention. Going for those air yo-yos. No punish on that. Interesting. Mukku just a little slow on the punish again. Next time he's gonna overcompensate and need a hit maybe. Yu-Gi-Oh's semi-safe air move, bringing Mukku a lot of value. One of the best tools in his arsenal. That oregaishi, or whatever he's saying. Yeah, and there we see that holding button. But that didn't catch Mukku off guard, and he's able to do the punish. Has got the read on the move. Obvious, eminently obvious that Mukku has a read on the move. No, things turn out differently, and Amakusa takes a Confident looking W there. Wow. That was a good round. Okay, so if NINLIA can keep doing that, it's gonna be a completely different game. Let's see. 1-1. Coming down to the last match. This is what we like to see. Both players certainly improving their gameplay here as the matches progress. Happy to see that. And a big connection there. Bye! With that follow-up. Didn't do the double teleport. Also a bit of a cross-up, but that's not safe. That, you know, Mukku punishes that, so NINLIA maybe should stop doing that move. At least in that situation. Okay. In air, on medium range, Yukio seems the scarier character. Getting low though. Good punish. Just play it safe and keep doing punishments. That's it. Mukku takes the win and is on match point here. Let's see if NINLIA can bring the same mojo as he had in the, not the last round, but one before that. Let's see if he has the mojo. Tried to combo for that flaming skull attack. Nice try. And now getting some value out of the teleport finally. Mukku not blocking long enough. It's 7 hits. It's surprisingly long, the quantity of blocks you need to do. If it's more than 1, it's gonna go up to 7. So there's a 1-hit version and a many-hit version of that flaming skull attack. Weapon flipping technique not connecting. Double teleport working and bringing some value in. It's a funky move. And just a focus punish. Could have gone for something heavier. Same here again. Mukku had 2 opportunities to punish and chose a low damage option, and maybe that will cost him the round. And no punish there on the downward dash. Very unfortunate. I think I saw 3 opportunities there for Mukku. Drops the match point, and now it's the last round of the pair. Loser goes home. Gets to enjoy the rest of the evening. Flame wheel connecting me there. Let's see how many Mukku can connect. That's 2 now. Third would be a comfortable life lead. Already half a meter ahead. Almost there. Alright, state of nothingness. The state of nothingness is Sen connecting them. Yeah, and that's the third flame wheel, and that's enough. Mukku goes ahead, NINLIA goes home. Nice fight there. Very close. Exactly what we want to see. Just one mistake? Perhaps. Shoutouts to Invisible Water, by the way. Alright. That's gonna be a few more matches left. So we are moving into the last few matches of the tournament. What we have left here is Farword's Kiyoshiro facing Universal-Quantifier's Zangoro. The loser of that match is going to face Tuskis in the loser's bracket. No, it's not. I misread. Blah. I mean, Mukku is gonna face Tuskis here in the loser's bracket. That means that Farword and Universal-Quantifier are gonna have the winners semi-finals next. Then we are gonna see the losers quarterfinals. The winners semi-finalist is gonna have one more chance in the losers semis. I hope I got it right this time. I've gotten it wrong at least 2 times so far. So that's pro fighting and streaming for you. But there we go. That's the bracket situation. And let me link it just one more time because it's coming close. It's getting close. And we are doing Farword versus Universal-Quantifier first. That's fine. Just got to word it. So it's going to be match number 14 as it stands on the bracket next. And it's good to go. So we are going to see that scary Zangoro play by Universal-Quantifier one more time here. At least we're going to see 2 more times. So we'll see how it goes. Players ready. Characters selected. One locked in. Now both locked in. Let's have a good match. Senryo, Kyoshiro, Tai, Minashiro, Sankuro, or whatever. Let's get to the fight. Early mid wins for Farword. Ground play not looking as hot. That poke has brought Farword quite a bit of value so far. And Universal-Quantifier now opting for a more offensive playstyle. Is actually trying to get in close. Now baiting the punch. Yeah, I hope I said it in time. It looked like he was baiting the punch. Again? No. Yeah. Wouldn't think he'd do it 2 times in a row. Oh, just a little out of reach. Nobody ever blocks the frog, but the frog went the wrong way. And down goes Kyoshiro. Or Universal-Quantifier 1 up. 1 round up, not 1 match up. Let's get things straight here. Farword is having a tough time finding value here. He can get some pokes in here and there, but getting those big damage attacks in, not so much. And Universal-Quantifier getting value out of the overhead. 3-hit combo takes a confident 1 up. 2 more credits into the machine. And Farword gets 1 more chance, putting 2 credits in, of course, meaning he's thinking he's gonna win this and win the 3rd round. A little bit of a head game there with a 2 credit entry. To say State has enough credits for the match regardless, you don't even have to do that. That's just to mess with your opponent. And I'm pretty sure Farword knows this. Nobody ever blocks the frog. Unfortunately, people do jump over the frog, so no connection. And a big punish there. Big connection, I should say. Now all even. Farword cannot afford to eat. And yeah, punch there. Amazing timing on the jump. It's so hard to jump over Zanguro's half a screen projectile like that. And definitely a clutch jump by Farword. Not every character is able to jump over that, and even on Kyoshiro it takes such close timing to do that. First time you've seen the Kaiser in there? Yeah. I mean, that was a clutch jump, if I've ever seen one. And brought him the W as it should have. I mean, that was an amazing jump. So here I think we're gonna see a little bit more of a frustrated Universal-Quantifier after that. At least we are seeing a more aggressive Universal-Quantifier here. Punch bait, yeah, called it. Oh, it's 1 more. As no. Kyoshiro has 1 round up, so Angrah will need to win this and the next. Nobody ever blocks the frog. Not enough. Timeout win for Angrah. Poke, poke. You're back. What did you lose? Well, NINLIA dropped out of the tournament. Mukku beat NINLIA, and Mukku is now gonna face Tuskis in the losers bracket for 1 more fight. And if you didn't see Tuskis' match, well, Tuskis took out Dandy pretty handily. Nice connection. Coming down and doing the spin. Making the landing a little bit more safe. Okay, Kyoshiro now on a life lead. Can stay back quite a bit and just do some poking play. That's not gonna be enough. Important rage explosion, 1 second left on the clock. That gives Universal-Quantifier a little bit of extra time he might need, but that's not enough. As it's won by Farword. Well played there, it's 1-1 and it's coming down to the wire again. Very tight here in the winners semis. Let's go. Let's go. Double poke there. Yeah. Both players have a feel for each other now. So that's changed the picture of the match just a little bit. Even Steven. Both players taking as much as they are eating. Angrah was ahead by a little, it's too close to go now. Okay, now Angrah is just a little ahead. He's not gonna transition into that fireball play though. Or that projectile play. It's a ground projectile, not a fireball. Nice connection. Blocked the punch, but didn't have the all-important counterplay to it. Just a block. Nice counter hit there. Very good counter hit. Kyoshiro's frog comes in. Clutch frog, by the way, nobody ever blocks the frog. That is a clutch frog if I've ever seen one. Farword isn't spamming the frog, but that was super valuable. Another clutch move there by Farword. Unbelievable frog, yeah. I don't think he had many options in that situation to do as much damage. Frog of God. Best frog all day. I mean, we've seen some great play here by Farword. We saw that first. We saw that big jump over the wave, and then we saw that clutch frog. So good plays there. Let's hope he keeps it up. With those two moves, I think Farword deserves the W here. Come on, Farword. Get that win. All you need is one round. But you do need quite a bit of damage. And a punish on that punch. Not an immediate one. But enough. That works. 15 seconds on the clock. No meter. Kyoshiiro needs to do the damage. We'll have to get in close. A poke will not do. And the jump in. Universal-Quantifier has practiced against that very jump in. In practice, I've eaten dirt so many times jumping in on that exact range. So, Universal-Quantifier was eminently ready for the jump. Coming down, the last round. Punch connecting. And the overhead connecting behind that. Universal-Quantifier, as is his style, playing a very systematic, demolishing style. Goes for very measured attacks. Does not overextend, not easily. Punch time? No. Too early on that fierce slash. Ha! And a little punish to the green punch, but that wasn't enough. Don't try to splash, don't jump now. That's enough. After valiant fight, Farword drops the round and Universal-Quantifier moves on. What a good match. What a good match. Alright, we have a couple matches left here in the tournament. Coming down to the last matches here. We are going to have Mukku versus Tuskis. Winner of that is going to face Farword. And the winner of that match is going to the grand finals to face Universal-Quantifier in this double elimination bracket. Match is about to start, let's pick it up. Also attempt them, but again, the activation was a little too early. Mukku trying to find value in air against jxzo. jxzo will want to do damage on the ground. Does have that mid-air downward jab, but definitely a ground-based character here. Go ahead in health, just a little bit. Now half. Uneven. That's the danger of jxzo. His ground play is super strong. The damage is super big. Waiting until the last second and connecting on that airplay. We need one more. And a good timing. Nice attack. Mukku takes the first round. It's too close to call. Both players seem to be very evenly matched here. Tuskis is not spamming the strong ground attacks, to his credit. The dash connects. A little too defensive there, Yukio. That's more like it. Yukio has meet up. Connects. One more hit will do. A throw will do. One up Mukku. Good game. Good match. Good play also, Tuskis. I'm pleased to see that the tournament community for this game, or the tournament play for these in our community for this game, is so even. It's pretty well matched. I mean, there are a few outliers like myself, but then these guys are doing a great job of it. Nice roll there by Mukku, getting to the other side of that club. Mercy Burn? Yeah, sure, you can still enter. I mean, if you want to just join in on the finals, that's cool. Why not? Are you done out of work now? Did you get back home? Yeah, okay. Have a good evening. We still have the losers semis, and then we have the grand finals. Round connection there on that huge slash. Down goes Yukio. And again. Yukio won't be able to beat jxzo in the single damage game, but Yukio still has some pretty high damage moves of his own. There's the most valuable asset in Mukku's toolset. Now in trouble. Abunaides yo, can't help it. Okay, goes down to Abunaides yo, spam. 1-1. This is going to be the last match for one of these players. Let's see who it is. And a glorious spot in the loser semis for the other. Tuskis was not ready for that air attack. Perhaps Mukku will need to transition into more ground play here. Now connecting on that punish. The teleport not safe. But you can't press a button like that and whiff it. Tuskis will punish you for it. Now on match point. Go ahead here. ever so little. Just one attack will even it out. So Jxzo does so much damage. An excellent hop. And a value attack there. Eats the globe, but doesn't matter. He's ahead on damage. Nice W. Mukku in it. Keep fighting, Mukku. Don't let up now. So hard to defend against. The globe wasn't safe in that situation. Well read by Mukku, and a good counter. And now, the cross-up finally connects. Much value. State of move, but didn't meditate, so not much bar left. Tuskis couldn't connect on that time slow. Mukku takes the W. Big win there, big win. Wow, good game, good game. I got lost in the action there for a moment. Definitely a match for the books. Alright, so if Mukku's Yu-Gi-Oh! Bernie can take my place, Lord Tuskis, yeah. So if Mukku is now moving to the losers semis, it means we have 2 matches left. That's gonna be Farword's Kyoshiro facing Mukku's Yu-Gi-Oh! Mukku got dropped early out of the tournament by Universal-Quantifier. Farword has been playing for 3 rounds in the winner's bracket, got dropped by Universal-Quantifier. So whatever happens here, the winner of this match will have a chance to take his revenge against Universal-Quantifier in the grand finals. Well, no rest for the weary. Mukku is up next against Farword. Let's get ready for the match. Let's click on the match. I should say it's there. Let's go. Yep, we made it just in time. Let's go. We are going to see a different matchup here with these 2 characters. The pace of play is going to be quite different compared to what we saw just now. Kyoshiro has a valuable projectile, which Yu-Gi-Oh! Lacks, and has these far-reaching moves. Yu-Gi-Oh! Will want to get in close, but he's super dangerous in the air and when he gets the hop in. But Farword has found some punishments here. Tsunami chip damage time. No need for that. Can go in for the hit. Save options, maybe not needed there. Good work there, Farword. And that's the weakness of that big spin. It's meant to be Kyoshiro's anti-air move, but it's eminently punishable when it lands. And there we saw a huge bit of damage coming in from that very unsafe anti-air. A Dragon Punch, it's not. Yeah, a different sort of a round. Mukku takes the 1-up. 1-1 now. Kyoshiro came ahead on that exchange. Yu-Gi-Oh! Takes the lead. And a confident lead. Farword will have to be ready for that jumping in attack. Just like that. Found 1 punish. Okay, time to attack maybe. How about an attack? There we go. Thank you. That's an interesting choice. Went for the spin attack. It's not gonna do that much damage, but you have to block that low. 1-up Mukku. No, what am I saying? 1-up Farword. Of course, they just changed places. I'm being stupid. So, 1-up Farword, Mukku number 1. That's what I was about to say. Nobody heard me say anything different, right? I never said anything different. Okay, now, all we need to remember here in this fight is nobody ever blocks the frog. I mean, people block the tsunami all the time, but nobody ever blocks the frog, so there's that. Yeah, and as it appears, very few players block Yu-Gi-Oh's air flame attack. I mean, you just have to be ready for it. It's Yu-Gi-Oh's best air move, I think. And it should be clear to forward by now that that's what Mukku is gonna be utilizing heavily. Crouching C into Tsubame is almost unblockable. Good to know. See? What did I say about the frog? But it's not a clutch frog, I mean, the damage is not enough. And Yu-Gi-Oh jumps in and gets punished for his bravery. Mukku takes the first round of the second fight. Universal-Quantifier, welcome to the chat. Hope you are enjoying the matches while you're waiting for the finals. Yu-Gi-Oh was trained by Titanic Team. Yeah. And I've seen Mukku training this game on quite a few evenings, so he's been practicing, and it's showing here. I didn't have the opportunity to spar against him, but I do see that the training has paid off. He's found at least one very good trick, or very good move, I should say, for Yu-Gi-Oh. Not enough to carry him. Yeah, no wonder he got the British Corona. Yeah, and I think they have a third version coming out of somewhere in the world by now. I think there's at least 3 Coronas floating about. Who knows? That's the reason these tournaments are online, instead of being in an arcade or in somebody's home or in a bar venue. With that said, shoutouts to the only free-play arcade in Finland, that would be the Sugoi arcade. And then shoutouts to the Save File establishment in Tampere City. Both, of course, wonderful venues for arcade gaming, or fighting game gaming. Do visit those venues if you have the chance or are in Finland. The winner of this tournament, by the way, gets a free entry to the Sugoi arcade in Finland, provided by me, myself, truly. Me, myself, and I. So, there is a prize for the Grand Finals winners. It's worth, I should say, approximately 12 euros. Rage explosion, not enough. Yu-Gi-Oh goes down. Kiyoshiro takes a double win. W. Wow, good match. Okay. That's Mukku moving up to the Grand Finals. So Mukku will have to do his best against Universal-Quantifier's unbeaten Angrah. Starting off from the second round, beating Mukku 2-1, then beating Tuskis 2-1, taking Farword down 2-1, and now facing Farword again. Did I say Mukku was going to the finals? No, I meant Farword was going to the finals. Man, I'm getting confused here. But the main thing here is the Grand Finals are starting. It's gonna be Universal-Quantifier versus Farword, Angrah versus Kiyoshiro. That means that if Universal-Quantifier takes the 2-up here, he wins. If Farword takes the 2-up here, we will reset and we will fight the true hidden Grand Final. So there's that. Let's get in to the possibly last match of the tournament. So, Farword will have to win twice. Universal-Quantifier just needs the 1 win. Senryu Kyoshiro. Hai. Minazuki Sankuro. Let's go. Let's see if we see some pro play here in the last match. Possible last match. Punch connecting. All even. Now Sankuro can stay back. Bait the punch out. No, not moving left right. Now he's ready for punch. No punch. There it is. There it is. And an overhead. I think at least a jumping attack. Regardless. Sankuro and Universal-Quantifier. Above one. One round. That is. Nobody ever blocks the frog. The great equalizer. And Farword blocks the punch and punishes. Well played there. A high values block there. Tsuwari won't be able to connect. But a clutch block there regardless. Farword gets it. 1-1. Let's go. I wonder if it's psychologically important for these players to get the one up here. It's up for grabs. Sakuro's overhead is really good, you are right, Mesiben. Also, Universal-Quantifier has found some real value in that punch. Farword presses a button. Gets punished for it. Do not touch that button. Bad things happen. Lord Tuskis, you cannot believe a low tier character is about to win the tournament. You have to remember that tier lists are only applicable to the pros. Yeah, he pressed a button. I mean, the pick a high tier strategy works when all other things are even. But when it comes to Samurai Shodown 5 Special, it's all on paper until you start pressing buttons, and then it's a completely different game. Farword, on a comfortable life lead. Not anymore. An interesting kick connection there, pretty far out. Must have been at the extreme reach. Yeah, the hitbox did look a little bit there. I agree. Ha! Connection! The anti-air attack, which I lambasted earlier. Man, there we go. Come on, Farword. Do your best. Let's go, let's go. And another anti-air. Surprise value anti-air. I didn't think it would be that good. It's apparently pretty usable. So there's that. That jump in was looking scary. Yeah. Universal-Quantifier retreating like that has quite a few options to punish players getting closer. A jump in here, maybe not an option. Sankuro is behind on life though. Has to be aggressive. Doesn't have the meter to rage explode. Now did. He did buy the little bit of meter required to get the rage explosion there by the first hit of the attack. And that was a clutch rage explosion but it wasn't enough as Kyoshiro found a little bit of damage there to take down Angrah, and it's 1-1. Man, is it ever close? Definitely too close to call. And as the people in chat are pointing out, this is a game of patience, and that's something we saw in the last fight. You cannot be... I mean, it's not like always be pressing buttons like ABB. Or is that ABBB? Regardless, you just can't smash in this game. You can't just, you know, go in and hit your low attacks. Nobody ever blocks the frog. Remember that, kids. Value frog there. But Kyoshiro is behind. We'll have to do some damage here. No punish. The kick was too fast. No punish on there either. Wins me there. Oh, pretty hasty play there in the end. Both players feeling the time pressure and the life pressure. So, Angrah gets the round win. Remember, Universal-Quantifier only needs to do this one best of 3 to win. Farword will need 2 whole matches. Okay, now Farword in real trouble here. Doesn't go down yet. This will be a comeback if he ever pulls this off. Survives the jumping. 30 seconds on the clock, no meter. Still fighting. That's not gonna work, is it? It's not a lot of life. But hey, you use every tool you have. You don't want to leave tools unused. Heavy slash connecting, but that's not enough. We need one more frog. There we go. See? We'll need one more frog, and nobody ever blocks the frog. What did I tell you about the frog? There we go. It's the clutch frog. Amazing frog play there. I mean, Universal-Quantifier will be, you know, after this, he'll just go home and, I mean, stay home and practice blocking that frog. He'll just set up the AI to do frog attacks all night and learn to block it. Damn, Storm. That's right. Pushed back in the corner. In real trouble here. Not much time left for Kyoshiro to do the required damage. 10 seconds. He's in trouble. And gets the hit in, but takes just enough damage from the projectile to go down. Universal-Quantifier takes the W. What a good play. Very strong fights here in the tournament.